liftoff.
À tous de DDO, attention pour le décompte final. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, top, décollage.
From French Guiana, beginning her 1,813th mission, and that looks like deseparation. You see the 4 boosters, the 4 points of light falling away from the main point of light, which continues to burn, which is the second stage. And the DDO has called out confirmation of the booster separation. Everything functioning beautifully. You can see the boosters twinkling on the left-hand side of the vapor trail there as Soyuz continues her journey eastward across the Atlantic. The boosters will fall back into the Atlantic. Just because we saw it here on the screen, it was very clear.
And it was also visible from the balcony, and they were twinkling like small stars. It was impressive.
And the noise?
The noise was coming later because we are, of course, quite a distance away from the...
You get the delay.
You get the delay.
So what impressed you most was the light?
I think it's the light and also the speed.
We separate the lower stage before igniting the upper stage. Soyuz does just the opposite. You saw that third stage ignited 2 seconds before.
We have enormous cameras on board and we make huge images, but we cannot get all the data down. So what we have to do a decision on board that to send only the relevant scientific information of the stars, and even that is not enough. We still have to compress the data and decompress it.
So who makes that decision?
That is an evaluation of balancing that what is scientifically relevant, and then we have to optimize.
Like tonight's had 1 reburn, but the second launch in December of 2011, you can see the engine shutting down there, was a much more complex mission, and it launched 6 passengers, and it required 4 burns in all. As we mentioned, this new version of the frigate can burn up to 20 times, which means we can have very complex missions.
So there is also a problem of computational speed. So it's also computer experts.
We're waiting for confirmation of the second frigate ignition, which is due up in about 5 seconds, but again with the telemetry delay, which again is normal. There it is on the screen, so you see the scheduled time of the ignition was right on time, and we'll have confirmation of that probably in about 10 or 20 seconds. Second frigate burn lasts about 15 minutes.
It is an orbit which is around the L2, because the advantage of L2 is that it's gravitationally very stable, so you can keep the spacecraft easily around with little consumption of fuel. But if you would be exactly on the spot, you would be always in the shadow of the Earth, and that would not have any energy.
We're coming up on the end of the second frigate burn. There you see she's shutting down right on time. Due at 36 minutes and 59 seconds. During, the vehicle is now at 873 kilometers altitude, roughly. I don't know if the figure, have I got the same figure? Well, that again, with the telemetry delay, you see it on the left, roughly. The point I want to make is you see how high she's climbed in the last 15 minutes, and you can see it on the screen, on the upper screen. You see she's just going practically vertically. At the beginning of the burn, she was at 173 kilometers. She's gone 700 kilometers in such a short time. Have been coming in.
Séparation du satellite Gaia.
There you are, with about a 10-second delay, and that's more or less what we had. There's the good news. Soyuz has successfully separated her passenger Gaia So what are you feeling right now? Do you mind my asking?
It is a nice feeling. Has all gone very fine so far, so I'm happy of this one.
So from the tense minutes just moments ago, you can see the change here in Jupiter. You heard the applause, very buoyant all across the Space Center as Gaia is pushed away from the mothership, beginning her life. All across the Space Center and at all the points and posts where people are working or following the launcher, like at ESOC, as we mentioned, but there are many, many other places.
It is always a special feeling for Arianespace to hear the Range Operations Director announce spacecraft separation.
Tous les paramètres à bord sont
Today, this feeling is intensified by the nature of the payload that the Soyuz has just delivered to orbit. Indeed, Gaia will take a census of about 1 billion stars with an extraordinary precision that exceeds not only the dreams of ancient astronomers, but also goes beyond the performance of its predecessor, Hipparcos, launched by Ariane 4 almost 25 years ago. Make no mistake, we are at the dawn of revolutionizing our understanding of the history of the Milky Way. Today's launch is the sixth Soyuz launch in French Guiana. It is the latest in an unbroken series of flawless commercial and institutional missions for various applications, ranging from navigation to Earth observation, from telecommunication to space science. These accomplishments clearly show that the Soyuz is a living legend and the most versatile launch vehicle in the world. Today's launch is also the fifth Soyuz launched from the CHG dedicated to space science for ESA and CNES. I would like to praise the Russian Federal Space Agency, Roscosmos, today represented by Mr. Rylov, Deputy Head of Roscosmos, for its support to Arianespace in its primary mission, which is to give to our institutions the access they require for developing applications useful to us down on Earth. Congratulations also to our prime contractor, TSSKB Progress, who provides the three-stage vehicle and the fairing, and to NPO Lavochkin, designer and manufacturer of the frigate upper stage. You all form part of a dream team, which is the heart of the successful partnership between Russia and Europe, which began more than 17 years ago with Starsem. Of course, I am grateful to ESA for entrusting Arianespace yet again with one of its critical missions. Gaia is the 40th payload launched by Arianespace for ESA and the 25th dedicated to space science. The ties between Arianespace and ESA are now even stronger thanks to the full availability of our entire launch vehicle family. In 2013, Arianespace launched for ESA 3 payloads, one on each member of the launch vehicle family. Probave in May with Vega, ATV Albert Einstein in June with Ariane 5, and now Gaia with Soyuz. Next year promises even more scientific excitement with the last ATV, several Soyuz missions managed by ESA on behalf of the European Commission, namely Galileo and Copernicus, and I can disclose today that we will begin with Copernicus, in addition to IXV on Vega. So again, many thanks to ESA, to all its member states who funded the Gaia program, to its Director General Jean-Jacques Dordain, who follow us live from Paris this morning, and for sure to Mr. Alvaro Jimenez, Director of the Science and Robotic Exploration, who honors us with his presence today.
Thank you. Now you know Gaia has separated and we have acquired direct contact with the spacecraft, so you have put now Gaia in our hands. So this is the beginning of the science mission, and this is the beginning of a lot of work to come in the coming days and in coming months, where we are going to harvest the big amount of data that Gaia will provide to all of us. But I would like to use this opportunity to thank, of course, very warmly Arianespace for taking us here, I mean, take us Gaia to space, and also to CNES for making it possible, and to our Russian partners for an excellent job being done. This is great, it's a great moment for me, and I also would like to thank very warmly also to industry led by Austrium that designed and developed this beautiful mission. In addition, I would like to remember actually that our member states of ESA, they have been continuously supporting the science program, and I'm very thankful to them because it's through that we can deliver missions like Gaia. With respect to our teams, I would like to thank very heartfully our team, project team, Gaia project team, with the project manager Giuseppe Sarri, that have been working with this, and they are still working, so it's not the end for them, this getting into orbit, but we will soon also switch into real science operation. A lot of people are involved in that, which are in ESOC today, also in ESAC for the data preparation. And of course, I would like also to thank them for all the effort they have done. We have still a lot of steps to go through with Gaia, but this is a great moment that this launch was so successful, and we are in the right place in the right time. Thank you very much again.